Hello, everyone. It's Attorney Justin Lovely. I want to welcome you to another edition of the Carolina Justice Report. I'm here with my law partner and wife, Amy Lawrence. Amy, how you doing?
Hey guys, doing good.
I hope everybody's doing well with the circumstances that we've been dealt over the last couple months. We're here to talk about another new legal topic that's really taken the legal scene by storm due to a really unusually short deadline that has been imposed, and that is Boy Scout abuse and sexual assault claims. It's a very serious topic. It's a very touchy topic that it's not easy to talk about, but there are some things due to this quick deadline that has been in place very recently that we have to discuss so we can kind of get the word out, because this deadline could essentially bar any future claims if your case is not filed. We handle these kind of cases. We've made ourselves known about these, here locally. We're taking these cases nationwide and investigating them and filing the appropriate legal documents, whether that's through the Boy Scout bankruptcy trust that's going to be set up in Delaware, or if there is any kind of state claims here locally in South Carolina.
Yeah. These Boy Scout cases they set out differently, and they remind me of the New York cases. They're opening up. The statute of limitations is not keep holding anybody back. So it's not something that had to have happened in 2 or 3 years, depending on what jurisdiction you're in. It's just wide open. And I think that's noble for them to do, because so many people have been hurt throughout their lifetime, and it dates back from the very beginning of when the Boy Scouts started. So I think it's awesome that we have an opportunity to be able to help men and women, mainly men, that have been hurt at the hands of the Boy Scouts. So Justin, what do these claims involve exactly?
So these several lawsuits have been filed against Boy Scouts of America, and recently a flood of litigation has hit them kind of all at once. And what has happened is they decided to file for bankruptcy, and that was in February of this year, actually February 18th, and they filed in Delaware State Court because they're incorporated. So the issue is, one, are local chapters going to be involved in this? Is it the national organization? That's kind of the fight that's happening. They have admitted to, and their internal documents have shown that they knew about this as early as 1919, like going into the 1920s. So this has been a long, ongoing internal issue with them, and here and there, everyone's heard about kind of cases that have been swept under the rug. They actually kept, and these documents have been produced. You can go to the LA Times website and see these documents. They called them the perversion files, and basically they kept a list. That's the real name of these documents. They kept a list of offenders that were reported against, that had issues, that had criminal backgrounds, that, according to them, were not allowed to come back to the Boy Scouts. However, they messed up, because some of these predators were allowed to come back. There was no system developed from the Boy Scouts.
They didn't warn anybody. I mean, when I think about this, like, my blood starts boiling, my heart aches, I get so upset. I would know for all these years of what was going on, and they did nothing to stop it, and they didn't do anything to warn others. Yep. And so, I mean, we all know, we deal with a lot of sexual assault cases, and, this is not something that's a one-time deal. When we deal with pedophiles and sexual deviants in this manner, rapists, they do it again. And so not only did they not protect all the little boys that were part of this group, but they didn't protect all the other ones that came after.
Right. And it was a cover-up, and they knew about it, and that's been shown in documents. And, that's why they're trying to resort, through the bankruptcy court.
Yeah. So what's the status of litigation right now?
So a judge put a hard deadline of November 16th of this year to file what's called a proof of claim. And if you do not get that in by that hard deadline, there's a very true and real possibility that your claim will be forever barred. Now, normally we have to worry about a statute of limitations with these kind of cases. This trust is going to be set
Right.
up, and that should not be an issue. So if this happened to you several years when you were a child, and you're in your 50s, 60s now, because like we said, there's documents tracing this back to the 1920s. Give us a call. Let's look into your claim. We can
Yeah,
file the.
go ahead, babe.
I was going to say we can file the proof of claim for you. We handle all the process. There's some things that you have to reveal. We can keep your identity 100% confidential. It's not like we have to air your business or tell your story. I know it's going to be tough to bring these emotions and these memories back. However, this is going to be your one shot at justice, is to get that
Yeah.
claim in.
Yeah. We get calls every week, and a lot of them are, you know, old assaults happened when they were children, and now we got a call last week, and there was a man who was 53 years old, and somebody in his church had hurt him. And in those cases, it breaks our heart because there's nothing we can do. Our hands are tied because of the statute of limitations. And here in these particular cases, we have an opportunity. While it's a short window, we have an opportunity. So that's like you said, that's sometimes this is the only justice you'll get. And so it's a great opportunity to be able to help people. And it
Yeah,
also
and
helps
these are
process
bad.
it,
These are bad cases. These are lifelong injuries, PTSD, emotional
Yeah.
trauma, having to relive that stuff every day of your life. I mean,
Yeah.
it's messed people up socially. I mean, some people have developed addictions, alcoholism. So
Yeah.
this
Trying to
is
numb.
the chance to file your claim and hold those accountable to the best that what we'll ever will be able to.
It's an opportunity to take back your voice and say what happened to me when I was a kid wasn't okay, and somebody's got to be accountable for that.
Yeah. Another good
Yeah.
thing the judge
So
ordered. Another good thing the judge ordered here. He ordered them to set up a notification system to everyone who's ever been in the Boy Scouts. So that's another really
wow.
good thing about this litigation. So they're going to spend, they think, up to $6 million to notify. They're thinking it's going to be 100 million people who could have possibly been
Wow.
affected by this. But
So what
again,
exactly
it's
does what exactly does the claimant have to reveal though in that?
well, there's going to have to be, just the, general identifying information, like your name, your background, where you're from. If you can remember, what troop you were in, because you may have moved, obviously, once you've grown up. If we know the person's name, if there was a police report filed. Now, if you don't have all of this 100%, that's not going to ruin your case. The more information you got, the better. But we
Right.
will, that's where we come in. We'll start we just got to get the claim filed and then work it up.
Okay.
But yeah, we can keep them, obviously we'll keep them 100% confidential. Um, and that's a discussion that you and I will have with the client.
What are the Boy Scouts using as their defense?
So here's the deal. They're kind of admitting to everything, okay, and revealing these documents because the documents are out there anyway because they've been sued, over and over and over. But the issue is now is you've got this umbrella
Bankruptcy.
organization that say, okay, we're going to kick in, they think, $1 billion. But what people don't realize is they've moved their wealth to the local chapters. So it might be the South Carolina chapter owns a lot of real estate. The North Carolina chapter owns a lot of real
Right.
estate. So they're saying, hey, we're going to bankrupt we're at fault. We're going to bankrupt the national organization. Here's some money. Well, what we have to do as claimants lawyers is say, no, 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 no. We want all the money in there. So, there's some estimates, talking with other lawyers that we work with that we could try. And this would be the goal, is to get that trust account as big as possible, up to
Right.
$4 billion for all these claimants. But again, nothing's guaranteed. We don't need to go into this thinking that anybody's going to get rich or they're going to get a recovery. But any recovery at this point is because they're going into bankruptcy is going to be good for these people.
Yeah. So what should a potential survivor of abuse at the hands of a Boy Scout um, leader, what should they do? How can they get a hold of us?
Yeah, just give us a call. You can reach us. You can call us at our office, 843-839-4111. Go to our website, justiceislovely.com. just call in. All of my staff are trained to talk to you on the phone, and we can keep you confidential. We have the duty of that to you, and we'll talk to you for free. It's not going to cost you anything, and
Right.
we'll examine this and see if it's something that we can help you with.
Give us a call, 843-839-4111.
When life gets ugly, justice is lovely, the lovely Lord.